Hey guys, this is Brianna. Today is day 60 of the challenge. Today is August 29th, 2023, almost at the end of the month. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update on the properties. So with the single family home in Pomona that we've been working on, that one, I thought the roof was already done, but I was mistaken. So that's actually still being worked on. And then with the Texas property, I think I may have mentioned yesterday, but we're waiting on that appraisal report. So we should get that in by the end of the week. So hopefully we are able to get that in, so that way we know what our numbers are, because clearly at this point it doesn't look like, so we have the property under contract and we're supposed to actually be closing at the end of this week. That's not likely to happen. We don't have the appraisal report in. And of course the appraisal is really important for us to make sure that we know the value of the property. And I actually touched base with someone that I know that's been in real estate a long time. He's been an appraiser as well and just has a lot of experience. He used to own his own brokerage actually. So, he and I were talking today, so I figured I might as well get his advice on the property. So we reviewed it together, pulling comps. And the biggest challenge with this property is that it's in an area where it's not, I don't think it's necessarily remote, but it's in an area where there's not a lot of comps. So comps are comparables, whenever determining the value of a property. Generally, you want to find out properties that have sold in that area over the past 6 to 12 months, depending on a number of factors. And the problem is there isn't that many in that area. So there's literally 2 comps, and normally I think you want at least like 5 or 6 maybe. Honestly, I hear different things from different people about what's the minimum you should have, but definitely 2 is definitely not enough. So yeah, anyway, I had a chance to go over it with him, and from going over all the details, he thinks that our evaluation could be possible, which made me feel a little bit better, because I'm like, man, I don't know if this actually makes sense or not. So that was good to know. But aside from that, what's really important for me, so I am going to be working on those videos this week. That's really important. That has to get done. I need to do at least 3 of those videos, and I know that I did them last week, but I do need to redo them. So what I'm working on partially is to find out what I want the background to look like. And I'm working on a couple things right now. I don't want to say anything about it because I don't know if it's going to work or if I'm going to be able to accomplish what I want the background to be. Essentially, it's just going to have my logo within the background. But I'm trying to see if I can make it happen. And if so, I'll update you guys and let you know. But in the meantime, other than that, I'm also working on being organized. So a lot of times I feel scrambled all over the place because I'm working on a lot of different things all at the same time. And it can be a bit overwhelming. So I think that the key thing is being organized. And there's a couple of people that I follow, and one thing that someone had mentioned is how it's important to be organized, because otherwise you'll feel like you're all over the place. Basically something along those lines. And I'm like, well, that's me. So I think that's something that I really need to focus on. So anyway, within the next week, I'm planning to have everything my life a lot more organized than it is right now, and also making sure that I plan out my days a little bit better than I do right now. So I do schedule in advance what I have going on, but it's more like meetings that I have scheduled in advance. Meetings and places that I need to be, but as far as detailed tasks that need to be done, that's not in my schedule at all. So that kind of stuff, I'm gonna have to start putting in my schedule, so that way I know. So for example, even doing these videos, that's not even put in my schedule, which normally it should have been, and normally it would have been, but I just couldn't really figure out my week because there was some things that needed to get changed. But anyway, so a lot to work on, a lot to figure out. And so hopefully within the next week, I'll have everything a little bit better sorted out. Anyway, this is my journey to business and entrepreneurship, guys. I will see you tomorrow.